Hey guys, welcome to Train Check YouTube channel. In this video, I'll be solving this CodeWars Kata 7 algorithm question, which is find the duplicated number in a consecutive unsorted list. So in this algorithm question, we are given an array of integers, and then we have to find out, we have to pick out the duplicated number out of the list. So you have to pick out the numbers that has duplicates of it from the list. So we are given int array as an input, then we have to look through the array and then pick out the numbers that has duplicates in it, the duplicated number from it. So like the example given to us here, we have an example valid array would be 3, 2, 5, 1, 3, 4. So and then the duplicated number inside this array now is 3, because 3, you can see 3 comes twice there. 3 comes twice, 1 and then 2. So we have to pick out 3. So it has integer 1 through 5 and 3, and 3 is duplicated. So we have to pick out 3 from it, and then what? We have to pick out 3. 3 is the duplicated number. So that is just what we have to do here. So like the other test cases given to us here, 1 is the duplicated number here. So 5, okay, 1 is also the duplicated number here. Any number that occurs twice is the duplicated number. So you have to pick out in the number that occurs more than once, that occur like twice or more than 2 times or more than 3 times. That is the duplicated number inside the unsorted list. So we have to um, we have to pick it out and then return it. So that is just what we have to do. So as we all know, I'll be solving this algorithm on Visual Studio so that we can debug and see how it moves. I will copy this method now and take it to Visual Studio. So I'll paste it here. So since we are given an array and then we have to look through the array and then pick out the duplicated number inside it. So I'll be using hash set. And then I'll be using hash set to check for the duplicate. So firstly, I will declare int result. I'll be using to return the final the duplicated number from it, and then I'll be using this as hash set to filter int. So to filter the array, so I'll call this filter. This hash set does not contain duplicates. It can never contain a duplicate. So once a number is being added to the hash set already, and that same number, and it also come across that same number inside an array, it will not add it, because hash set can never contain a duplicate. It can contain the same thing, the same number twice. So I will be using our int hash set to filter. So then I will then be using for each loop. So for each, I'll be using for each loop. So for each int num in array, so I'll be using for each loop to loop through this array, incoming array here. So for each int number in array, if this filter dot add num, if we are not being able, so I'll be using the not sign here. So if we are not able to add this particular number we are looking through in this array at this particular time, if you are not able to add it to this filter, that means it is what? It is a duplicate. That means it is a duplicate inside this array. So if we are not able to add it, that's why I have to add the not sign here. This not sign here. So if we are not able to add the number we are looking through inside this array at that particular time to this filter, that means it is a duplicated number. So we then assign it. So if you are not being able to add it, so the result should now be equals what? Result should now be equals to this number. to the number we are unable to add. So it should be equals to the number we are unable to add, and then we should break out of the loop immediately we come across the number. So it will loop, it will go check for the first number, it will go. If you are able to add it, it will add. It will not enter this if statement. If it is able to add it, it will add. It will not enter this if statement. Once it enters this if statement, that means it has come across a duplicate number inside this array, and it is not able to add it. So it will enter and then assign the number to this result. So this result will hold that duplicate number, and then it will break out of this for each loop, and then we will return the result, which the result will now be having the value of the duplicated number. So now let's run it on debug and see how it moves. So now I will be doing what CW. So since the method is inside what Kata 7, I'll be doing Kata, I'll be calling Kata 7 and then use dot to have access to it. So dot find dupe. So find duplicate is the name of the method, and then I'll be testing it one after the other with these test cases they put here. One. So int array will be equals to what this. So I'll then pass this array inside this place for me to be able to have access to it. So now I will be checking this since it should return 1 as the duplicated number. 1 should return 1 because 1 is the duplicated number inside the array. So now I'll be setting breakpoint here too. So and then run it on debug. So I will step into this method now. So I'm already inside the method, and then this array has number from 1, has 1, another 1, also has int 2 and int 3. So 1 is the duplicated number because it occurred twice. So it is the duplicated number. So now it will go inside the for each. If for each item, for each number in that array, so if it is being able to add it, that means it does not contain a duplicate yet, because this guy here is still 0. The filter count is what is 0. So it will add the first number. So it will now be 1. So it has added 1 to this filter successfully. That means it does not contain 1 before. So it will go again. The particular number we are looking through at this particular time is now what is 1 again. The first number was 1, while the particular number now is also 1 because 1 occurred twice. So it will check if it is not able to add it. So now it can never add it because 1 has already been added to the filter. So it will enter the if statement. It will enter the if statement. It will not add it because 1 already exists inside this hash set filter, because hash set can never contain a duplicate. So since 1 is already there, it will not add it. So if filter dot cannot add this number, which is the not sign here, it will enter this if statement and then assign that number, which is 1, which is the duplicated number, assign it to what? To this result. So this result will now have 1. It will now be equals to 1. Equal to 1 result, and then it will break out of this loop immediately. Because we know we still have more number to loop through, but since we've already gotten the duplicated number, we don't need to loop through the rest again. So we just break out of the loop and then return it. So and then we return 1. So we return 1. So if we run this now normally without debug, the answer will be what? 1. It is 1. So now let's test it with others too. Let's see. Okay, let's test this one here. So let's run this on debug and see. So let's step into the method. Now we are inside the method. So we have int 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1. 1 is also the duplicated number inside this array. So now it will go check for each number inside this array. It will go the first number, which is what? It will go look through the first number, which is what? 5. So the first number is 5 here. It will go. If it is not able to add it, but it was able to add it, so 5, added it successfully. So it will go again. If it's not able to add it, so it still add it successfully again. 2, we've added 4 again. It will go. If it is not able to add it, but it was able to add it, so it will jump again. We've added 3 to it again. It will go. It will go. It will add it again. If it does not contain duplicate, it will continue adding it. So now we already added up towards 2. So we've added the item to what? 5, 4, 3, 2. Now it remains the 2 duplicated number, which is 1, 1. So it will go. The first add, it will add the first one. But now, since we already have 5, we already have 4, we already have 3, we already have 2, we already have 1, it will not add the second one because filter this hash set cannot contain duplicate. So it will go check. So the next number here is 1, the last one inside this array. So if it cannot add that particular number to the hash set, that means it is the duplicated number, and it will enter the if statement and then assign it to this result. So this result is 0 before because we declared it to be 0. So once we step over this line, this result will now have the value of the duplicated number that we cannot add to the hash set. So now the result will now be 1. Then it will return 1. So that is all we have to do to solve it. So now if you run this on normal without debug, it is what? It is 1. So now let's see. If you check this guy too, you will see that it's still. So I will just run this one normally for us to see, since I've run the first two on debug. So now let's run this. So it is what? It is 5, 5, and which is what? It's supposed to be 5 too. So that is that for that. That is all we have to do. So now let's copy the code and take it to what? To CodeWars to see, to run it on debug. I mean, to paste it and then test it and see if we pass all the test cases. Sorry for that. So let me paste it here now. So let me paste it and then see if we will pass all the test cases or we still have any other thing to fix. So let's test and see if we will pass the test cases. So okay, error, namespace. Okay, yeah. So since I'm using hash sets, I should be using this um, generic collections generic namespace. So using system dot collections dot generic. So I should be using this namespace. So if I use this to test it, since I'm using hash sets, so hash sets belongs to this collections dot generic namespace. So now we've passed all the test cases. We've passed all the test cases, which is 4. So now let's attempt and see if we still have any other thing to fix. Maybe the random case, the random test. So we also passed the random test too. So we are good to go. So that is just all we have to do. We used hash set to filter it to check for the duplicated number. So once we come across the duplicated number inside the for each loop, we assign the duplicated number to the int result we've created, and then we break out of the loop. That is just what we did. So guys, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Train Check YouTube channel, turn on the notification icon so that you can get notified anytime we upload new content. Comment on this video, share this video, and then if you have any algorithm questions you want us to help you to solve, you can drop it in the comment section. We will solve it and then post it for you to have access to it. So thank you guys, see you in the next video.